Hola amigos, hola amigas, welcome, bienvenido, croeso y salam, welcome to the channel y'all, Cheshire Shumash, good day y'all. So I'm going to be doing a vac video with you today. Now, I have a special guest who I will reveal in a moment, but I want you guys to try and guess who this person is. Now the first clue is if you look there, you will see a washing basket with blue underpants on it. That's the first clue. No idea? No? Okay, second clue, this person is into washing machines, irons, vacuum cleaners and trains. Still no idea? Okay, let me think of another clue. He loves the Supremes. He thinks that, well, he doesn't think that, but he's sort of like, you know, there was Diana Ross, but you know, there were three Supremes, and one of them being Florence Ballard was one of them. So I think from that clue you can guess. We have Brandon!
Florence Ballard A3060.
Hello, welcome. What was the other thing you had in your intro? It was Florence Ballard A3060, and then you said something else.
Oh, home of the...
Yes.
I used to be home of the Hot Point 953. Mila W562. Oh no, it was something about... and Hoover's first 1100 RPM automatic. Yeah, the A3060.
So we have this retrobit up here we've had him up here for a week. This is his last day.
I know, it's sad. We're driving home, about 2 hour commute back home. So.
I know, we've been doing so many washing machine videos while you're up here. We've done load after load after
whole wall
load.
there, that's all done.
We have washed, we have dried, we have folded, we have shaved. I mean, sorry, we have done everything that we possibly can.
That part you don't get to see.
We've had soggy toast, we've had soggy bagels, we've had soggy eggs, we've had, you name it, we've had everything. Anyway, nobody will get that, thankfully. So what I have here, I have Brandon here because we're going to be doing an unboxing video. This is a vacuum that's been sent to me by a viewer and a friend.
Oh.
And a customer, if you want to say, because I'm doing a refurb on it.
He's very loyal.
I know it's a Hoover, and I mean not just a vacuum cleaner, I mean it's a Hoover brand.
Unfortunately, people use that as a term.
Exactly, but I can't remember which one it is, so this is going to be a first for you and me.
Probably something I've never seen before. So
we take the razor blade of glory. We perform very precise incisions.
X.
This is how we do surgery. I got forceps somewhere, but we'll just pull back the flaps manually.
There's another blue box.
Oh my god, this is like past the parcel. Okay, so we have another blue bag. Oh, this is a carrier bag. Right, okay. Let's get rid of that. Right, so we have a blue bag, and we reveal...
A pond pump.
A pond pump. I used to have this pond pump similar to this when we had the pond. Right, okay, so it's still a mystery. So we make an incision across the plastic tape on there and across there, revealing the flap. Now we open the flaps. Turn it this way
Moment of
so
glory.
you can see. Okay.
Cardboard. I see a cable.
Ah! Right, this isn't what I thought it was. It's a Hoover. Look at this, it's perfectly wrapped. I swear it was brand new.
Oh, okay.
This isn't what I thought it was. Oh!
I don't think that was going to happen.
Okay, you know we were talking about bloopers. I think that was a very good blooper because I even think I forgot to plug the microphone back in. But you'll still have sound from the phone, but now we're actually using the microphone.
Right.
I'm not starting it again. It'll do. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll do, little pig. You'll have heard us.
No one's perfect.
No, exactly. Right, let's unwrap this. And we have a very old Hoover Junior.
Oh, nice juniors.
Look at that. Still got its belt on it. This is the model 1334A.
Serial number is 4419.
Yeah, 44, 41, 4419, 250 watts, ratings 9. How many?
I'd like to think that date code is January.
250 watts.
January 74 maybe? Or the 70s though?
God knows, I don't know. I don't know how to date them. It's old.
No, it might not be the same way you date the washing machine.
It's metal, so it's metal. So it could be from the 60s.
Right.
Because it's metal.
Because they changed to Bakelite, wasn't it? Or something.
No, plastic.
Plastic they went to.
Yeah, plastic. Bakelite's are the well old ones.
Oh yeah.
Let's have a look underneath. Look at that. That looks really good. So I cannot switch this on yet because it needs to be desuppressed.
Oh right.
So we need to have the suppressor removed off it. Let me get my... Oh, I mean the other giveaway as well is the plastic front. So it's later because it's got a plastic. It's not metal. These were metal. But this is a plastic one. Let me get my screw card out. And it all came crashing down, bum bum.
It's got everything there. Right.
This is my screw card and also my where I keep all my
hot point. There we are.
Manuals. Dust Manager, Electrolux uprights, Celebrity Cleaner, Dyson,
Freedom.
Hoover, Discovery, EcoBox, Turbo Power Plus. Right, okay, let's get to the back because
Nice
this
cable,
is
it's got,
where
definitely. The old ribbed cable on it.
ribbed for her pleasure. As they say. Look, even got Hisense crap. Right, Dirt Devil, Hoover Vision, Miele, Hoover Old Cylinder, Miele Electronic, Hoover Aquamaster, Hoover TP1, Electrolux Turbo, Turbo, Goblin, Hoover Junior. That'll do nicely. Just a bog standard Hoover Junior.
What's that then? Gives away the how to do it.
Yeah, as I take the screws off, they'll put them in here.
That's a good
So
one.
I know exactly. Once you've done it once, it's there forever.
I thought it was crazy when I did that. I took apart a Siemens washer dryer and I did that. Made a piece of paper and put all the things, screws on it. Wow, it's a good idea.
Did you lay it on it or did you tape it to it?
Taped it.
Oh, good. Yeah, if you've got like a thicker card like this one, you can actually punch the holes.
Oh.
So the first thing we're going to be doing is... Oh, actually, I'm going to get you guys closer so you can see what we're doing. Right, so I got you closer. So, Brandon, talk to me.
What would you like to know?
Why are you... What happened with... I mean, like, how did you get into washing machines? Was it from when you were a kid or what? How did it start?
So...
What's your first memory?
Those of you on Doran's channel might remember in lockdown I did a video, I think it was about my appliance history and favourite memories. It started off when I was about 2.5 years old or 3. We had a very awful Maloney service as a kid. It was one of the induction motor ones. I think it was an easy wash. And I just became fascinated with the sound it would make when it would take it to spin, when the motor would engage. But then...
Is that the one where it kind of like what we was talking about yesterday, where it goes boom and it goes down and then up to the second gear? What it sounds like.
It's the ones that do they distribute and then instantly flick back the other way. Sometimes they do. I think Phil's had a few of these. They go like that and then they click back the other way.
Oh wow!
But then my grandparents had a Hot Point 9516, I think it was, and that was my first real introduction.
Okay.
As a kid, I was obviously absolutely petrified of it because of when they go into spin, but I mainly took the interest of that, and because when I was little, Hot Point were around a lot, and it was Hot Point. I think there was a few of those Zanussis around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The WDJ, and I think just took to the interest of it, and then we got our first edition 800 WM51.
Hot Point.
Yeah, so like the 52 you had here, but white. And then it was just, I started to think of going to all my neighbours' house. I needed to know all the machines my neighbours had. So my neighbours had a Maloney service.
Was it the noise that I've spoken to other people and they were very scared of them?
Yeah.
So you were...
many people probably know I have a thing for brush motor machines.
Yeah.
I've not really taken to quiet inverter motors.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a kid, I was probably scared of most machines around. But Hot Points 9.5s were the ones I wouldn't dare go near one.
Yeah, they are kind of loud, aren't they? Right, briefly back to this for 1 second. So here we can see underneath, this is in very good condition. Look at it. There's just some little bits of dust.
It's hard been used.
I know, it's really good. But the issue here now is this suppressor. So suppressors were put on machines of this era to prevent interference with the tellies for the analog and radio for the signals. But obviously now this is not needed, and these things have a tendency to go bang. As you know, they are also in washing machines for exactly the same reason.
Servisslimline could give an experience of that.
Exactly. So I recently removed the one from his old washing machine. I can't say the name yet because he hasn't announced it, but I removed it for him, and it was a big bugger. So this looks like it's in really good condition, but we just don't risk it. Because it's old, it's very, very old, and these have a tendency to kind of like go damp, look perfect, switch them on, and they go kaboom. So what we need to do is a little bit of surgery on this to remove it. Luckily, this whole machine will not need stripping down at all. It'll just need a vacuum and a wipe over. There's a little bit of ingression of dust, but now that makes it even more blooming difficult to get these suppressors out, because having full access to the motor makes it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have a go. So let me get a little stand. There we go, so you guys can see. So we're going to be removing this suppressor. So the suppressor is attached onto here.
Looks like it's only got one screw holding on, I think.
Yes, this seems to be a pretty...
So the good thing is, with it being in good condition, all the screws are still free to move.
Yes. So the other good thing about this is that it's so old that the bracket on it is very small, whereas before it's a whole thing that's holding on to the armature.
Oh, wow.
This one is nice and easy, so I should be able to just cut it really, really quick.
Is that it, just cut in and...
Yes. So what we have here now is we have the black wire and the red wire going into the suppressor, and then from the suppressor we got the yellow wire going into here on this side, which is the other part of the armature. So I need to think now how to rewire this, because this is an older one and the wiring is different. They seem to change the wiring on it all the time. It was a right pain.
Have you had a similar one to that before?
Yeah, I have, but it's been ages. So let's take, this is the black wire.
It's good you show people how to do this.
Well, I do this at your own risk, basically.
Yeah. It's not, I think a lot of people won't recommend it, but it's probably a good idea if you can do it.
Well, it's a good idea to remove it, but I don't show how to, because I don't want to be held, I mean, I know this isn't the BBC, but I don't want to be held responsible as in, well, I followed your instructions. Well, I don't care. So we snip here, we snip here, and we snip here. So we have successfully removed the suppressor. Now we need to do a little bit of rewiring.
Now you're probably going to keep that suppressor as a...
No, enough of that one.
Oh, not that one, no.
Right, this black one here. Where is this black one going here? Because I need to... This is tight. This is tighter than a... Let's take this screw off.
Something inappropriate to that be said there, I think. So what's the story about the person who sent this to you? Like, was this like someone they knew they got this from?
I'm not really sure, but I've done a number of refurbs for him.
Right.
He's not a YouTuber or anything like that. He's just somebody who has an enthusiasm for these old machines. Some of them are sort of like his or from family members, blah blah blah, or some he's picked up. This is
those screws that hold them in.
Right, okay, so
No, I might end up desuppressoring my 953 and A36 at some
Yeah, you
point.
should, yeah.
I've already had one go bang.
Ooh, not good.
It was yeah.
But the thing about it is the capacitors, which you absolutely cannot remove, you need. But even the capacitors can go for chong on the old washers.
Yeah.
As I experienced from the Thor that I had.
Yeah, any induction motor machine will need that.
Right, so that is what was going to one of the one part of the suppressor.
Right, we got that.
I need to make sure that this black wire here, because here is the top of the carbon brush.
Alright, so red and black. So why
Yeah.
the carbon brush, I know.
So I need to know where
I'm
this
breathing a bit of that dust.
little mic. Oh, right, okay, it's going underneath here. Right. I think this is one of the easy ones. I just need to 100% make sure that it is connected up to it, so that should be absolutely fine if I just put that back on there, because that is now connected to that carbon brush, so that is fine. So I can take that little screw that I took off.
That's really good to keep the screws organised as well. I mean, that's a mistake a lot of people probably make.
I mean, I did. It was.
I've done it.
It was Sam Watson from Becco 1987 who I first saw doing screw cards. I mean, there are other collectors that have done it, but I just haven't seen it. But Sam was the one that sort of like
That's
did
who
the
Becco
screw
987
cards.
is.
Yes,
I've watched quite a lot of his videos.
I love Sam.
They're quite therapeutic to watch.
Oh,
Actually.
I
The
love
way
Sam. He's amazing. He's such a nice guy. Right, so this is the other one that was going to the suppressor. So this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to jinx it, but I think this is the nice and easy one to the suppressor. Again, I don't want to jinx it. So there.
I like
And
when they're
I
nice
think-
slot screwdrivers as well.
I think the only thing I have to do now is to remove this, which is a this is an earth,
Yeah, yeah. To
but
the
it's not required.
so you got to get a.
So I think I can just snip it there, and I think it should be fine.
Shouldn't trip anything.
Right. Okay. So
And then these are removed. These wires, yeah.
there's a screw here with the some of it, like I said. See those two screws there,
Yeah.
down in there. They are connected to the not the armature, but the what's the metal thing that goes around the commutator.
The commutator.
Is it?
Or is it
The
the windings?
armature, the commutator, the solid state part. And in the newer ones, they have the suppressor attached to these.
Right.
So when you take these off, this is all, the screw is measured to the tautness of how tight. If you have it too tight, the armature won't spin.
Right.
If you have it too loose, the armature will move around.
So you got to really have it.
So you have to put the cage, this, back on it, because it has exactly the perfect spacings for the
If you don't put that back, that's
for the
what happens.
commutator, so that the armature will move around perfectly. So when you remove the cage, you either have to use washers of exactly the same thickness, or you can cut that off, or you can just put the whole thing back on empty without the suppressor. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put this screw back in simply because it's not going to cause any issues with like the later ones, but it's just complete.
So have you done this with all
vacuum.
the Hoover vintage ones you got, basically?
Yeah. I mean, I get sent machines simply just to move. Simply, this is just to remove the suppressor.
Oh wow, okay.
I'll
That's
just
good.
give it a bit of a tidy up, and that's all it needs. So, fingers crossed, this should be okay to switch on. But I'm going to check
Right, yeah.
the plug, make sure there's a 13 amp fuse.
I did that. Got a hairdryer once and had a 13 amp fuse in it when it was supposed to have, I think, a 3 amp.
See, I would have thought that would have been.
I thought too. Someone said apparently the only danger was if the hairdryer overheats, the fuse won't cut in because it will just keep taking power.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, right.
So this one is a 13 amp. I'm going to put a new one on because that's old.
Yeah, that is an old one.
Just super, just
Wow.
be super, maybe overly cautious, I don't care.
MK plugs as well.
Yeah, the original plug is really good.
There's some people that are actually interested in plugs though.
Yeah, I have a friend who does. Next time he's passing, I've saved him a couple of old ones.
I need to find this old plug I had, which had a second switch on it and an orange neon bulb on it. And it was good for using with old Hoover spin dryers.
Oh, do you know what?
I only had to remove it, but I had to remove it.
That.
But it's a good idea, because those old ones don't have a interlock on them, so as soon as you drop the lid it goes.
Right, so carry on telling everybody about your interest.
So what we do? Yeah, so we were on about... I had a neighbour who had a Maloney service washer dryer. I think it was a new pole made one. And bless him, as a kid, no one was ever interested in like washing machines with me. They always just think, oh, a bit strange why he likes machines. But we used to argue over whose machine spun the fastest. He had an 1100. Then he got a 1200 Indicert, which was the pre-evolution models. And he was like, oh, well, mine goes 1200. What does yours go? And I said 800. Then we saved up and got the WMA64 that everyone knows I'm looking for. And it was a 1400 one. So I went back to him and said, well, mine's 1400 now, beat that. I spent hours in front of that machine. I think that was... The thing is that when I grew up, it was the point where they were transferring from mechanical timer to digital. So
Right.
I was in between where you saw the old machines, but they were still new. So you had like the last of the WMs out. Then you started getting like the Zanussis with all the buttons. Even Miele started bringing out their 1800 machines. I think I remember going into the Bentel Centre and seeing the very first honeycomb drum meter. They had a piece of the honeycomb drum you could see.
Oh, wow.
And I remember thinking, oh, that's the one I got the toy of. Being very scared to know a machine would spin at 1800 RPM at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a good journey. And then I think around 2007 is when I found YouTube. So I started finding there were people that actually film machines. My first user, I think, was Timmons Pub. He filmed a Zanka machine, and I found that Frederick Sam guy. So there were all people that I thought, wow, I'm not the only one alone in all this.
One of us, gobble
But
gobble.
vacuum cleaners, I think I started seeing... God, I can't remember the first... I think it was pneumatics were always the ones I remember. I had a shop that sold second-hand vacuum cleaners, and I remember seeing a yellow Basil in the window, and that's why I ended up getting one, because they were always... I didn't realise the Henrys had so many different names.
Right, you ready?
Let's go. Very loud, of course.
Gee,
but
that sounds as dry as Grandma's cooch.
does. That probably needs some more oiling, I think.
Yeah, that motor's dry. Sugar cubes. Dum 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 dee dum dee dum.
So we'll have to take the whole thing apart you with then.
Dum 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 ba dee dum be doo whoop be doo. Let's take the belt off and just see.
That runs.
Now that is dry.
It's got a bit of a raspiness to it.
I didn't want to have to take the motor out of it because it's in such good condition. Let me think.
There's no other way to put oil on it, is there?
Let me think. Right, unplug it. Where's my contact? There's some contact cleaner here. And I can get access in there from the vent.
Oh wow, that's good. So it's like all over the commutator and whatnot, or the armature.
Yeah, should do, into the bearing. Just to... That's better. So look at that, sound that now.
That sounds a little more smoother now.
I might be able to get into this bearing on this side. Just a bit more contact. Contact cleaner is really good. I mean, like, I don't want to completely strip this down because it is in such good condition, and
it's
not
working.
going to be used all the time.
Yeah, probably just for like show and not, is it really?
Exactly. I mean, if this was absolutely filthy on the inside and in bad condition, you'd be like, yeah, this needs to come apart. But it doesn't. It's in pretty good condition. Right, so noises for a second because we're going to get Benchy on. So if you grab me that long hose.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Who's this one, Charles?
And yeah, if you turn him on at the top. I think it's Charles, I can't remember.
Yeah, blue. Nice pneumatic sound there.
So the paintbrush for that. And what I'm going to do is paintbrush and stuff.
That's a good idea. Amazing what you get out. That's looking better already, guys.
Yeah, it does. This really doesn't need much of a refurb.
No.
Just to tidy up.
It's well looked after.
Yeah. Or well stored. Hardly used. Okay, that's that. Yeah. Right, so that is literally all that we're going to go do to it. I just want to make sure.
When did they change the plastic handles on these? Because that's metal on the George one.
I
never remember them having.
No, they never used to. But they I mean, I don't want to say this, but they have kind of cheaped out and stuff. I mean, I've noticed that
well, the motors now. On
the amount of plastic used in the mouldings, because you understand how compressed mouldings and stuff are made.
Vacuum forming,
yeah. Well, it's anyway, they seem to be saving. It appears to be that they're not using as much plastic in the tubs anymore. So whereas before there is absolutely no way you could sort of like see through the tub.
No.
Now you can a little bit, so they're using a little bit more, just a little bit, but I'm afraid. Right, so if you can just vac that and just vac that. So this is the cover that goes over here.
Handy to have a bench vac here.
Yes, it is very handy having a benchy. Again, that was something from Sam.
Oh,
I got the idea. Yeah, he's got benchy. Oh. So what I've done here is I've got a used spongy here. It's completely dry because the sponge has come off that, and you want a bit of sponge with that on there. So I
yes, like an orange sponge I have.
want to cut that down. Now that's a bit thick, so I'm going to cut that in half.
So your creative ideas you never really think of.
You have to be. So that is perfect. That's just a lovely little bit of spongy to protect that.
Was it like keeps dust out?
Yeah, and I can put that back over it like so. Then I can put this cover back on it like that. But before I do that, I just want to lubricate a few things.
Right, yeah,
so I got my Singer oil, which is literally the elixir of life. And I'm just going to put a
it does work. I've used it on several washing machine motors that I've found on machine, including the A36. It works a treat. It's trying to save you having to replace the bearings. Oh, we have a new member.
Phil, in the kitchen, there's the little bottle of Singer oil. You couldn't possibly bring it in on the kitchen windowsill.
We have an extra member.
Yes, Servisslimline is about to enter. Enter the room.
It's nice to be on another channel because I find that a lot of people on my channel. It's like, yeah.
So you've got more than one interest. I mean, like you're really into trains.
So yeah, if anyone who likes transport and trains, I do have a separate railway channel or transport channel. It's called King's Cross Thames Link. I think I've linked it on my channel as well. You can find. Yeah, that's where I basically film. I used to do it on my actual channel, but I found it wasn't getting the engagement I wanted from other enthusiasts, so I made a separate channel.
Because I love trains. I love
Honestly,
travelling by train. Thank you. But I wouldn't be able to tell you the makes and models
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that. Do you know what I mean?
You just have to send me a photo and I'll be like, oh, that's a class 175 or something it'll be.
I mean, I used to sort of like worry that I was sort of like, I felt like a bit of a fraud or a fake because all of the enthusiasts, whether it be vacuums or washers or trains or whatever, it's something that they live and live and live
Yeah.
by. But I'm sort of like, I felt that I was a fraud because I don't know the date of this. I don't know how to date
Well, that's
them.
how I
don't
feel a
know
lot
the
of
model
machines.
numbers.
In fact, there's loads of things I don't know anything about modern machines pretty much.
I mean, I can only remember 2 occasions where I sat in front of a washing machine as a kid because it was new. But I don't worry about it now. It's because I like all different
Everyone's
things.
on their own level about things, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So
How smoothly those roll, man.
they roll. I got to do the next thing I'm going to do with you guys is the
Another beater bar.
the brush roll belt. Brush roll, yeah.
It beats as it sweeps.
As it cleans. We pop that on.
Fair, one of these vacuums would be the only one that probably clean my bedroom carpet because I've got very thick pile carpet and pneumatics stand no chance with them.
Oh no. But you will once you get your aerobrush thing.
You find a difference.
Yeah, you will find a difference.
Power heads they have as well, don't they? The only certain ones that got
yeah, they've got those old ones up there. I've got the Smurf and the what you call. They've got the old power ports as well. But good luck trying to find a pair of heads for them because they would have been hammered. Do you know what I mean? They're always the first part to go. Right, so that is the cover back on. Now we're going to take a look. That belt's knackered, so I'll put a new belt on. I mean, look at that brush roll.
I never even knew they lifted out that way. See, that's how little I knew about these vintage Hoovers.
And you hold on to it then, twist. So that is sweet, but I will lubricate it a bit.
It's smooth, yeah.
Can you just put Henry on the end caps for me, please? Just give it a bit of a lube. Thank you.
You might be offended because you called him Henry.
Oops. Ugh, look at that.
Ugh.
Vacuum pubes. Right, if you can bring Henry over, and I'm going to brush
All that over here.
while you suck it out. So stuck in there, not too close. Done?
Yep.
I know a bit more.
A bit more there. Oh, God, look at that.
Done. And that one now. Excellent.
Yeah, the other side as well.
That's it. So, you can put them off now. We still need to do the other side.
Nice
So-
smell coming out of that vacuum.
What's the smell of?
It's like fragrance, some sort of fragrance beads or something.
Oh, I was sucking up something. She said. Right, so we take the hammer and we knock it through, and then that will pull out ever so slowly the other end. There we go.
Wow.
So we need to suck up everything
My
in
goodness. Okay. Should we use one of these or?
there. No, yeah. If you just use the long part,
No, yeah.
take the brush off, and then suck it in,
Let's go.
and it should suck all the dust out of it. There we are. Perfect. Now we will do that. Just along my pole. There we go, sir. That's it now. So I'm going to put more of the Singer oil into there slowly and just feed it in, dribble it in. Again, I don't want to start disturbing this much. I don't want to be messing with the what's it called? Wobble washer and all that malarkey.
Oh yeah, all that stuff.
So that will do fine.
If you can lubricate it, that'll probably sort most of your problems.
Exactly, that's what they say. So all it takes is a little bit of lube. Cherry flavor. Right, okay, so let's push
Won't
that.
you come out tonight?
Back on. Bit of lube up on the top one. Let it soak
Oh, someone's going with a leaf blower.
Uh-oh. Put the cap back on. And that
That sounds far nicer.
just smoother. And there we go. So we've done that. Again, there wasn't much to do with this machine, so that was really good.
So props to who it came from. You've looked after it well.
Yes.
What about in there? Do you need to vacuum any of that out in there?
Yeah, you can do that while I search for a belt, if you may.
Get that in there. It smells like shaken vac.
Probably is.
That's what it smells like.
So I have got so many belts in this bag. I have got belts for all types of twin tubs.
That looks like a spinnerance belt. To me.
Yeah, I've also got belts for the Keymatic, the original Keymatic. I've got belts for that. I got belts for the Keymatic 93. I've got all types of belts for all types of machines.
It's fantastic.
What are those really old ones? Those old washing machines.
What ones? The
Oh, I can't remember now. I got
Hoover.
Oh,
Single
yeah.
tubs?
I got a batch of belts from a subscriber, but it was for a really rare washing machine.
Was it Hoover? Is it all?
I can't remember. Oh, I don't know. Let's see, I got these belts. I got loads of belts. Got all types of everything.
Yeah, because I had the actual replaced belt on my spinnerance. It was wearing to the point where it was slipping on the belt.
Yes.
And it would only do about 1,000 RPM. Replace it, a new one, it flew up to speed. It was nice.
Ouch. Right, so let's put this new belt. This is a generic belt, unfortunately.
It's not the.
It's not a genuine one.
But if it fits.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's not going to last. But I think he said he has. Oh, I can never remember which way to put this stupid belt on.
Oh, it's a certain orientation it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reminds me, the belt on my Dirt Devil handheld needs to be fitted back on. Because whoever put it on put it on the wrong way.
Right. Okay. I think I got it. Right. Okay, Maestro. Would you like to plug it in?
There we go. Switch off away in there,
Yeah.
Right, fire away.
Hang on. Let me just put all my this one bag of belts. I got 3 bags of belts. This is just one bag of belts I've accumulated over 7 years.
But you know what? It's good to have more than you need because
Exactly.
you never know what you're going to find.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Ready? No. I put it on the wrong
Okay, roll.
way. Try it again. No.
What isn't it like?
I keep putting it on the wrong way.
It's alright. Try that way, see what happens.
Oh, for God's sake. It must be this way then, is it?
Shall we see?
Does
it require a... Oh.
Hey!
It does sound a bit more smoother.
It does.
It's still got the vintage kind of roar to it, but...
Yeah, but we'll switch it on. Now, do you know the best, most accurate, scientific way of testing the suction and blow on a vacuum cleaner?
Oh.
Chicken power!
Chicken power, yeah?
Right, okay, so we wring chicken's neck and we switch it on. Ah, yeah! Ah, yeah! Now, we haven't even put the front on yet. Let's put the front on and let's see how chicken power does this time.
He destroyed his workbench though.
That's the beta bars.
See where it's gone as well.
Oh, it's incredible, absolutely incredible.
That's why I like these.
So yeah, if you want to know how something works, use the chicken. Right, we're done basically. I'm gonna give this a. Actually, no, we're not. If you can unplug it for me, s'il vous plaît.
I love the cables on these. It reminds me of an iron.
So what I'm gonna do.
Really nice. Oh yeah.
For the viewers, let me bring the camera out a little bit now.
Okay. He's on there. That's really good.
Where did Phil put my degreaser?
Oh, the one I was using yesterday.
Perhaps he put it back. Is there any of that elbow grease underneath there?
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Right, so what I'm going to get you to do now is to hold my lead firmly. Right, so what I'm going to do is to clean the cables, we're just going to soak this with some degreaser and then gently pull it through so that comes down, and then with one hand gripping onto this, pull the cable through on the other hand.
Yeah, so that's like that, and then...
Yeah. Now I'm just going to give this wipey.
So much grease gets on these cables, it's unbelievable.
Yes. And it's always something that's overlooked on a machine, I noticed.
Yeah, some of the states of the cables I found on washing machines, it's like
Yeah.
got cooking oil all over it and everything.
Awful. Dust and crap from behind where the machine was.
Or they put it next to a cooker.
Like that LG.
Yeah. He's talking about the dreadful LG washer dryer I had. That I don't know what happened, all the paint came off it. I could only sell it for £80, so I lost quite a bit of money on that one.
Yep. Unfortunately.
But there we go. Smell the freshness.
Smell the freshness of the biscuit. Taste the biscuit. Taste the sogginess of the biscuit.
And no one knows what that is.
I love that meme though, that woman taste the biscuit.
So whenabouts we think this is going to be uploaded? Like next year, so...
Oh, this is going up the week after next.
Oh, wow. Oh, you got schedules for different ones.
Yeah.
The job with me is I've started to think of putting all the dates on my videos, and I get a bit annoyed if they're not in a chronological order, so they have to sort of go up in that order. But hey, I've got footage lasting me now to the 5th of December.
That's good.
Yeah, it's all the washing machines. Dry will be the 8th, so yeah, just before Christmas. Very nice, but I'll be going to Wales for Christmas.
Are you?
Yeah, I've got family up there.
Ah, North Wales.
Yeah, real. Look at that.
They're practically Liverpudlian, and they're not Welsh.
Well, technically, they're Mancunian because they're from Manchester, but they moved over. That is an awful amount of grease that's come off that. That is incredible.
Well, you've only done it once. You've got to go back over
I
it again.
I did once back and forth.
You can't use a dry one just to make sure all the moisture's off the cable. Now, you've got to make sure that you have a dry cable. A wet cable doesn't seem to perform as well.
I reckon it performs better when wet. Possibly.
Right. Little bit of demon shine. Devil's water.
Good having all that stuff for it. Oh, it smells nice.
Does.
It smells like Vimto. Vimto it does.
Yeah, it's like a cherry flavour.
Ah, that explains why, because I think Vimto's got cherry in it.
I love cherry flavour, do you? I love everything cherry. Cherry baby. Right.
Cherry ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
As they say in Rio, cherry ice cream smile.
Yep, with a cherry ice cream smile.
I suppose it's very nice.
Da, 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 da. Right, look at that now. Okay, there's a bit of marking with paint on there. Just leave it on there. It's not worth it trying to scrub it off. It looks really good. It's nice and shiny. It's desuppressed. It's lubed. It's ready to cook. Look at that. So there we go. This was literally just a mini kind of like refurb to show you guys with Brandon being up here just to do something different. So there we go. This now is going to get packed up and sent back to its owner, safe in the knowledge that you can use it without it exploding. And also it's just had a little bit of a tidy up. So that's all there was with that, guys. Just wanted to do this quick video.
I think it's been fun.
Yeah, with you.
Even though I collect vacuum cleaners, I never really seen much of the workings of them. Yeah,
it's been fun to sort of like, I've just had so much fun with this week with you guys. It's just been really, really good. It's just been laugh a minute. I've really enjoyed it, and I appreciate you coming on to this.
I appreciate you inviting me on there.
You know that. You're welcome anytime. It's not your first time up here, and you're welcome anytime.
It won't be the last.
No, exactly. So I'd like to say a great big thank you to Brandon. The links to his channels will be in the video description. So if you go into his channel and have a look at his descriptions, because he puts all the same things in each description, links and everything. But yeah, go and subscribe.
I do have a vacuum cleaner playlist as well, so there's quite a few that
we need to get you up to 10k subs, mate.
Oh, well, we
really need to get you up to 10k.
I need to tell Phil first,
at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I do plenty of videos with Phil for them, so this is your turn. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, y'all.
See you later.